They called him Jesus because he was the truth. Denzel Washington said that as Jake Shuttlesworth, and I'm saying this. Welcome to High and Low. Good day and good night. Welcome to the High and Low Basketball Show. This is episode number 100 and Kobe, aka episode number 178. I'm still reeling from Hugo's comments about Kobe a couple of episodes back, so I need to replenish nerves by naming this episode after the second greatest shooting guard of all time behind Michael Jordan, arguably the greatest Laker of all time, arguably a top 10 player of all time, and inarguably and definitively the greatest player born in the year 1978. Kobe Bean Bryant, yes, born on August 23rd, 1978. Grease by Frankie Valli was the number one song in America in 1978, while Le Freak by Chic was starting to chart and would eventually become Billboard's Album of the Year in 1979. We've said a lot about Kobe on this show, so I won't dive into a diatribe. Instead, I'll remind you to check for the Reverse Grinch Kobe 6s that are dropping in December. I still think the original Grinches are a top 10 sneaker of all time, but that's just me. Anyway, again, welcome to the show. My name is Ike Amaechi. I'm here with an irregular combination of characters. I got the guest, Stephen Leslie. We got our resident NBA conspiracy theorist king from Parts Unknown, and another special guest, comedian and entertainer Kevin Christopher. Welcome back, Stephen and King, and welcome to the show, Kevin. Around here, we live by a principle governed by the high and low lives of the world, which means we talk about basketball, especially and specifically the NBA, and we talk about it at any time, anywhere, north, south, east, west, high and low. This week on the show, we want worlds to collide because we don't want peace in the NBA. We want problems. We're taking the NBA to Hollywood, specifically the entertainment industry. We've done this before. We play a game of what we call like movie tycoon, aka Redlight-Greenlight, aka pick it up or pass. I'm going to be the producer in the room, and these guys will be the movie and TV executives. I'll pitch TV and movie ideas based on real NBA storylines going into this new NBA season, and they'll either give it the green light or they'll pass on the idea. We've had fun with this before. I worked in the industry before, so it's no stress to come up with these concepts. It used to be my job. Hey, Kevin works in the industry, so this is familiar territory for him. We also have a couple of really good listener questions this week. I peeked in the mailbag, so I know what they are. I'm looking forward to hearing your takes. One of the questions has to do with NBA players as entertainers, so pretty good. And the other question is for the marks. It's for the NBA nerds. So it's good balance this week. Stay tuned for that. Before we lock in, let me check in.
Oh, hi. Thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
Fellas, how you doing? It's been a while. Well, Steven, you were here last week.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
I'm back.
It's good, man. The season's back, man. It's all good.
And Kevin, welcome to the show, man.
Thanks for having me.
Have you guys been watching any NBA preseason games? Anything?
Highlights, not games, but highlights.
I've been watching some crappy LA games, some really good Boston games, and
wow.
I'm looking for Denver to fail sooner than later.
Wow,
this guy hate watches the NBA.
That's right. I have a vested interest. I have a vested interest. I want things to go a certain way. Start now.
Yes, sprained ankle. Yes.
How do you think Toronto got a championship, yo? I put that in the air.
So
Okay.
King, you don't like Denver, you don't like LA. October 24th, they play each other, season opener. Who's winning?
LeBron breaks his ankle on
Okay,
Jokic's
that wrong-
head, and
no.
then the season is back to normal.
That's not what I asked, but all right.
I'm putting it out there. That's what I want to see.
That's why I referenced that meme.
Denver can win all at once.
That Nigerian guy who says, I don't want peace, I want problems.
I want problems. It's like LeBron gets leukemia, and then it's like, whoa. I'm talking about the points. Who's gonna win?
Exactly. And the thing is, Stephen calmly asked the question. You know what I mean? It's like, let's just be reasonable here. Let's be gentlemen. It's like, no, I want broken ankles and I want backs snapped in half. Okay, everyone loses. No peace, only problems.
That's generally what I'm watching for. I'm not watching for who wins between early season game between Denver and LA, they're both just I want them out.
Okay. All right. Well, with that said, Stephen, Kevin, King, appreciate your time this week. Thank you for joining me. Listeners, thank you for joining us for another installment of the show, another week, another episode, more NBA. So, of course, more high and low. And, things are certainly happening in the NBA. So let's talk about it.
Let's talk about something important.
Let's jump into these listener questions. This first question is from Chase in Pasadena, California.
Pasadena is a weirdest, dude.
And his question is this. NBA players have tried to act, rap, sing, etc. Who's the most entertaining player off the court? And you could choose a player from the past or present. What do you guys think?
So I was scrambling to get an answer. Like, I was searching the web for rap lyrics, acting gigs. And then when I gave up, I realized I always had the answer. And it's Michael Jordan. So Space Jam, this movie in 1996, grossed over $250 million in the box office and is the highest grossing basketball film until 2022. That's in 1996. Then he waits for us to grow up and drops a 10-episode documentary called The Last Dance. And we waited weekly for episodes to come out like we were kids.
We did.
So the answer will always be Jordan. There's a mystique about him, and we kind of knew a little bit. And the documentary shows a little bit more. And kids want to watch the Space Jam. Then you got other NBA talent that want to recreate that, and they attempt and they failed. So it has to be. There's no one else that can top what Jordan has done, game-wise and movie-wise. Like, we want to know more, and we got to know it.
I don't know. I definitely think Shaq is above him in the movie sector.
That's ridiculous.
I thought you were gonna say that superhero movie he did.
Shazam, Shazam, Blue Chips. I mean, Shaq, just by presence in the movie is a reason to go watch the movie. So I don't know.
But no one watched those movies. They didn't gross anything.
What does gross mean, man? It's the audience.
This guy said, what does gross mean? What is money?
That's the same thing almost.
Yeah.
It's
a machine. It's a Hollywood machine,
where
man.
people are paying and walking away.
You could have an actual collection of Shaq movies, like a box set. I don't know about Space Jam.
I don't know how much anyone's going to pay for that set.
I liked Ray Allen and He Got Game.
Oh my goodness.
He wasn't acting.
I liked it. Huh?
He wasn't acting.
I know, but he was still in the movie though. It wasn't a documentary.
He wasn't acting.
Yeah, well, whatever, man.
No.
Who's acting? Is Keanu Reeves acting? He's not acting.
Tell us more.
No, it was more of a movie. You know what I mean? Like, I get it with Jordan doing his thing, but I mean, that's like a kid's movie. Kids, is it really acting when it's a kid's movie? It's a great movie, and it spawned into something bigger. You know what I mean? And other basketball players want to jump on that, but with what Ray Allen did, that was acting. You know what I mean? Like, that was like actually being out there doing something. You know, like he's working with one of the best actors in the field out there.
Blue Chips made money, man. Blue Chips made money. Nick Nolte was a star. Shaquille O'Neal was in that movie. Didn't do that bad. Gross, did it?
Terrible. But you bring up a very good point, Kev. Because He Got Game, I guess you can call that like prestige, like a prestige film, by a top level filmmaker in Spike Lee, compared to like who directed
and
Shazam.
lead actor.
Exactly, yeah. Like the other movies we're talking about, like we can't even name who the director was. He Got Game with like Denzel Washington, one of the greatest actors of
and Ahsoka was in there too. I don't know if you know that, but Ahsoka was in that movie too.
I was paying attention. Rosario Dawson, of course. And she was fantastic as Jesus Shuttlesworth's girlfriend Lala. I'll never forget those scenes. But yeah,
she's a horrible Jedi though.
I'm not even watching it, man. I can't do the Star Wars thing anymore. Star Wars and Marvel, relax.
Really?
Too much content, man. Let's just trim it back. Like, just build up the mystique again. But you bring up a really good point, because most of the names that we've named or that we've mentioned here are from the past. And I have to say, just have to give Anthony Edwards a quick shout out, because he was an amazing villain in Hustle. The Adam Sandler film from last year.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Can I say one thing about that though? I watched that and I didn't want to know more about Ant. I wanted to know more about the other guy. Remember, I was asking you guys, is this guy really good? And then I think, was it Raptors that signed him?
Yeah.
And I'm
He's a
like,
bum.
Derek, he's going to, I was like, oh, he's going to snap. And then it was like, So I took more of like the opposite side from watching that movie.
Yeah. The cruise missile. Well, that was his nickname. Hernan Gomez.
Yeah. They tricked me, bro.
Don't say
Yeah.
his name, man.
They did a fantastic job in that film because, they made you think that he was actually a player. But he turned out to be a bum, and now he's not even in the league. Anthony Edwards, though, he showed me something because he was very believable in that role. And to be a villain and have people actually hate your character, but you're still charismatic, that takes a lot. And so one of the first things that popped into my head when I saw this question was I thought about He Got Game, because one of the things about He Got Game that's always really frustrated me is that there's so many amazing things about that film, but there are two things that really piss me off about that film. Number one, the Mila Jovovich character, the prostitute.
Oh yeah,
it makes no sense in the context of that film and that story.
No, because it's all big businesses. Everyone's trying to get at this kid, right? So it's supposed to show like this kid's being attacked by multiple levels: the schools, the crack system, the drug deal system. Every system's trying to get at him, and no one can be trusted. So that was supposed to be the what's it called, the tipping point, right?
Right, and I understand that, but I mean, like, it wasn't necessary. Like, I felt like the other angles of the film spelt out the plot enough. Like, it didn't need to be in there. But the other part was Ray Allen. Ray Allen frustrated me. Like, even Rick Fox. Rick Fox came in and killed it. And then just bringing in real basketball players, real NBA players, so that you had like real basketball action. Like, you didn't have like fake. Like, you didn't have Wesley Snipes playing basketball. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, Wesley Snipes is terrible. So when you watch White Man Can't Jump now, you're just like, wow, that he was bad. He like, you could tell that
Air Bud was better, man. The dog and Air Bud was better than Wesley.
Exactly. But I was thinking, man, imagine if they did like a remake of He Got Game and put Anthony Edwards as Jesus Shuttlesworth. Goodness, I'll watch that. And then you get Spike Lee just to remake his own film. Start over. Have a new Jesus Shuttlesworth.
Did you watch the new White Man Can't Jump?
Oh yeah,
with Jack Harlow.
It's good, man.
Is it good?
Oh yeah, because it's not reinventing the wheel. It's just updating it a bit. So it's actually the perfect watch if you watch the old one way back in the day.
Can he play?
Jack Harlow can play.
Yeah. It looks believable. There's no, what's the word? There's no like suspension of belief.
Yeah, suspension of disbelief.
Yeah. It's definitely watchable if you watch the old one.
Yeah. Okay. Great question, Chase. Appreciate it.
All right, you guys, what's next?
Let's move on to the next question. Yeah, we got 2 listener questions this week. This one's from Cam in Henderson, Nevada. His question is this. Looking at NBA players under the age of 23, who do you think has the potential to be the best player in the NBA 10 years from now? That's a big prediction. Big prediction. What do you guys think?
Well, because Austin Reeves is 25, the obvious answer is Anthony Edwards. He plays hungry, gets better every year, and he actually cares about his craft. He's not one of these young guys that just, I'm here for the now, whatever, get a bag, whatever. And I love that he keeps dunking on guys. Man.
It's amazing.
Keep killing
them. Too small.
Mm-hmm.
It's too small, man.
Okay. Do you have an answer, or are you just going to say
Victor? Victor, it's over, man.
Victor Wembanyama?
Yeah, I was in the car. I was talking to the wife. I'm like, listen, our son's not going to be 7 foot. Let's switch sports. Let's focus on soccer. It's over, man. This whole league is done. Unless they start doing weight classes and height classes, so we have different types of NBA, it's over.
But if they do weight classes, he's smaller than Edwards. Edwards stronger than him.
Like in boxing, you can't have someone who's a featherweight beating up a heavyweight. We need to start thinking about separating the league into people that are giants and people that are regular people. And
why?
Because Victor will get stronger. He'll be a giant, and it'll be over.
Do you know what happens to an ankle injury on someone who's 7 foot and above?
Yeah.
It's a wrap.
They're done.
Tape it up.
No. They don't come back from it, man.
I saw Odom. I saw Aldridge. I saw all these guys suffer, but they didn't play like Victor. Victor's doing this stuff outside the key, like Kevin Durant. He's not going in the post.
Mm-hmm.
Right? This is it. There are guards out there when our kids are in the league or not in the league that will be 7 foot tall and shooting 3-pointers. You can't physically get from the 3-point line, the foul line, and play defense on someone shooting a 3 at half court at that height. It's a different game.
He's only 19. Wait till he puts on weight.
That's what I'm telling you. It's over. This whole Kevin Durant will be the smallest person on the court going forward.
It's over for his body if he puts on weight. He's not used to it.
Well, there was young Shaq and then there was old Shaq.
Mm-hmm.
And he also was bad. Shaq was back at maintaining his body, right?
Shaq was a genetic freak. I think sometimes we forget how agile and fast Shaq was. At 7'1", a couple inches shorter than Victor Wembanyama, who's 7'3". He wasn't shooting threes, but and he wasn't doing like snatchbacks or anything like that, or hezzies like this kid. This kid is insane.
This is gonna be Tony Parker, man. This is gonna be a Tony Parker like healthy kid that plays all the way to the end and just kills the league.
Yeah.
Wasn't he already hurt? Summer League? What happened? Why was he pulled?
They're saving him.
No, it wasn't saving
They
him.
were just taking precautions.
I thought he was hurt second game.
Yeah, he had some sort of tweak.
Mm-hmm. And then they're like, you're done. So don't tell me about health. He's like, we'll wait and see. But I don't wish bad for guys, obviously. I saw him going up against Chet the other day, and Chet got elbowed. And I was like, damn. Like this bone-on-bone action that happened there was ugly.
Never mind. Did you see how he was
like a lot of skinniness in that?
Jokic's gonna bully these guys. Come on. It's like, ugh.
Oh, Embiid's already salivating.
Yeah, it's basketball. These guys are gonna get put in foul trouble so quick. It's gonna be insane.
Yeah.
Everyone's always thinking the offense of these guys, never the other end.
So why wouldn't you say this about Durant? Durant's never.
But Durant was different. Durant didn't come in like like a center that could do this. Durant was he was different to me.
He was a perimeter player from the beginning.
Yeah. Kevin Durant was Kevin Durant. Everyone else is like, I'm a center, but I can do all these things that center shouldn't do. So it's like, oh, well, we never seen this before, so let's put them in this class. I'm like, okay, guards are going to go past them. And I get it. Yeah, he can stretch the floor, and he's blocking guys by taking like 3 or 4 steps. But that's when he was playing in like those other leagues. The NBA is a different beast.
No, he just did it. He just literally let someone beat by him and then blocked him like he was a child.
Yeah, some preseason guy who's probably not going to make the roster. Like, let's start the season and we'll see what happens.
I'm telling you, man, you go to a game in Toronto and you see him standing in front of you and you realize that it's over.
Look at him. He hit Britney Spears.
His security, man. Stop it. Stop. Like, we can't be spreading rumors here, man. Just a quick shout out to one other player. Because if you asked me 3 years ago, I would have said Zion Williamson.
Oh, damn. Thought you can bring LaMelo down.
No. Stop talking about that guy, man.
That's the thing. Zion, his body just can't be trusted to carry him to the top and keep that position long enough to be considered the best player in the league. So I think that sort of disqualifies him. But I don't know. It kind of puts him in the same boat as Victor Wembanyama. We need to see Wemby. We need to see Wemby play like 75 games a season.
If Zion gets rid of his extracurricular activities, he'll be fine. Right? He's got a distraction or two.
Why does he have to? Is Zion in the league in 10 years?
That's a very good question, man.
Get rid of that baggage, he'll be fine.
What baggage, man? He can't let out some steam? That's all he's doing.
All these euphemisms, man. Just say what you need to say, man.
Zion's problem is on the court. He keeps getting hurt.
It's because he's soaring too many oats outside of the court.
Hey, Cam in Henderson, Nevada. Appreciate your question, man. Thank you very much. Quick reminder to the high and low lives of the world. If you want to leave a question for us to answer on the show, send your DM to us on TikTok at More High and Low. You can send a DM to us on Instagram at Get High and Low. Links are always in the show notes, so just check that out. It's time for us to take a quick break. When we come back, it's movie time. NBA and Hollywood. Worlds are colliding. This is High and Low. We'll be right back.
This moment is brought to you by High and Low listeners. This week on the High and Low NBA show, listeners were asked to share the top 10 players going into this NBA season. We heard from Waleed in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Waleed shared his list starting with number 10, Jimmy Butler. Number 9 is Devin Booker. Number 8 is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Number 7 is LeBron James. Number 6 is Jason Tatum. Number 5 is Joel Embiid. Number 4 is Steph Curry. Number 3 is Luka Doncic. Number 2 is Nikola Jokic.
What did you say?
And the best player going into this new NBA season, according to Waleed in Toronto, is Giannis Antetokounmpo. Thank you for that top 10 list, Waleed. Much appreciated. Let's get back to the High and Low NBA show.
And we are back. I'm Ike Amaechi, and this is the High and Low Basketball Show. I'm here with Stephen Leslie, here with Kevin Christopher, and I'm here with a resident NBA conspiracy theorist, King from Parts Unknown. Hey man, it's about that time. Lights, camera, action. We're doing a bit of role playing here, but as explained before, I'm going to pitch the movie, the TV series idea for the networks, the studios. But these ideas are based on the biggest NBA storylines going into this new season. These gentlemen here they will represent the studios and the networks. They're the execs. They get to give it the green light or they can pass. First one I got for you. This is a movie. This is a film. It's an action suspense. It's called, working title is Honor Amongst Liars. This film is set in modern Philadelphia, where a man has infiltrated global elite circles while plotting to steal billions. He brings in a trusted partner to help with the job. When they pull off the heist, the man disappears with the partner's cut and leaves his partner to survive an onslaught of attacks from assassins and all these things, all these people hired by the elites. This partner must fight his way through a gambit of challenges while looking for his money and his former friend who lied to him. This one stars James Harden, Daryl Morey, and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Directed by Ryan Coogler.
Green light. I like the scheming that's going on.
I would green light it if you put Penny Hardaway in it, just because his name is Penny and it has to do with money.
Okay.
And somebody has said Penny Hardaway's left with no money.
And what about Dame Dollar?
Yeah,
I guess you can add Dame Dollar in there.
I guess so.
That's his name? Is that his name?
Who?
Whoever I kind of just mentioned.
Dame Dollar?
Yeah.
Damian Lillard?
That's the name?
No.
What teams he play for?
Mickey Mouse Trophy?
Relax. Okay, moving on, man.
Is that a made up name? I didn't know who that was. I thought that was a
player.
I
know you don't. It is a player. But
from what team? What team does he play for?
He used to play for Portland. We'll get to that. His name will come again. His name will come up again. Let's move on. Eze, let's go.
I'm gonna read this as well. I was going to green light just because James Harden, and I want to see some more drama about being in a different country and claiming that everyone's lying to you. You need your money, so I was good with that, and I just kind of went a little bit to the red side. Not enough drama.
Yeah, I thought
it's action, man.
Yeah,
this guy's fighting, yo.
Not enough of the underbelly of the NBA, like the bad stuff.
I need Muggsy Bogues to be in it too. I need some odd fight scenes. You know what I mean?
No problem. Muggsy Bogues is not busy. He will take it. You'll take the
Muggsy Bogues versus Manute Bol.
That'll look like child abuse. That would look like.
Rest in peace, Manute Bol. All right. Steven, you got one for us?
Yeah, actually, you mentioned, so it's a live action concept, which I stole from RDC World 1, which you already mentioned earlier. So it's the anime house. You got a gauntlet of NBA players living together, just battling it out at any time, one-on-one, just so they can stay inside this house. So picture this. You got LaMelo just getting cereal, and he's using Joel Embiid's milk. And then they start arguing, and then bang, take it outside. Let's go, one-on-one. And loser has to leave the house. And it's like that constantly, every single day, with different NBA players.
So this is like a reality show.
Yeah.
I have an idea that's similar to that, but
you're supposed to give it the red light or
green light. What do you mean?
It's green. So
I green light that one.
Green. Because it taps into that drama. But I have one that's similar to that, but it's got even more drama.
Okay, we'll pitch it.
I don't know if I can pitch it as well as Steven did, but it revolves around Carrie Hilson and Brittany Renner. And that climax or the cliffhanger of the whole thing.
His climax.
I did it on purpose. Is when you start to see in the movie that segment where you recognize that Brittany Renner had sex with 3 guys in one day.
Brittany. Oh.
And it just rewinds back from that and how it all happened. How it ruined James Harden, ruined Carrie Hilson's life, and all these people's lives.
Man, this movie already exists, man. Go to Pornhub.
I was going to say, like, this ain't even about the players. It's about them.
It's called hentai, and it's art.
Ruined Zion Williams.
What did you say?
Just how they're all connected. Like that movie, 21 Grams. It's just 3 hours, or three dudes, 24 hours. That's what it's called.
Okay.
And how it ruined the league. Broke up OKC.
I see where you're
Ruined
going
the
with
Melo
this.
Ball. You bring it all right back to Brittany Renner sleeping with.
Is this a documentary?
No, it's a fable. It's a fable.
But it happened.
But I want to connect it all to all the bad things in the NBA. Zion Williams not being able to perform, Carrie Hilson ruining James Harden and Serge Ibaka's friendship,
Right.
and Camilo Ball being useless now, right?
Ooh, so it's kind of like Hustlers.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah, absolutely. But you put all the blame and all the burden on the low character morality of Brittany Renner.
Okay.
The Brittany Renner character. You can even bring Deion Sanders in the end as like a little thing near the end.
I was going to say, is it like
Why do
Crash?
you bring Deion Sanders?
Like everything
Oh,
goes
Crash is even
together?
better.
Like
Yes,
it goes together. Like
I said 21 Grams, so Crash is a better example.
yeah. I like
'Cause
Crash, so
you feel
I
like
greenlight it.
in Crash. You
I
feel like
greenlight
in
it if it's
Crash.
like that.
I'm going to give it a red light because you just swore.
Yeah, damn.
It's more about what? What did I swear? I'm excited. Man. It's a good movie.
Excited.
It's a good movie. Man.
Can Muggsy Bogues be in it though?
Muggsy Bogues isn't part of the underbelly, man. Muggsy Bogues is a good guy. He played for Trump. He's a
Listen,
good guy.
Muggsy Bogues can be in any of these films because he's not doing anything right now. He has free time. Hey, let's take one last break. When we come back, we have a couple more pitches. This is High and Low. This week in NBA history, the league got dressed up. October 17th, 2005 marked a significant date in NBA history as the league introduced a dress code policy applicable to all of its players. The policy was an important shift, and it was designed to address concerns that were affecting the NBA's image and business. In the years leading up to 2005, there were growing concerns about the NBA's image, particularly regarding the attire and behavior of some players. Allen Iverson. The league felt that this was impacting its ability to connect with a broader audience and corporate sponsors. Several high-profile incidents involving players' attire had attracted negative attention, and the NBA decided to take action. The dress code policy mandated that players must dress in business casual attire when arriving at games, as well as when they were on the bench. Specifically, the policy required players to wear dress shirts, dress shoes, and sport coats, but they were no longer required to wear ties. The NBA made it clear that players' attire was a reflection of the league's professionalism and was crucial in creating a more positive image. The policy drew mixed reactions from players and fans. Some players felt it was overly restrictive, while others saw it as an opportunity to present themselves in a more professional and polished manner. Fans' opinions were divided as well, with some supporting the idea of increased professionalism, while others argued that it stifled individuality. The dress code policy was, however, a reflection of the evolving nature of professional sports leagues, particularly when it came to branding and marketability. The NBA recognized that creating a more professional image was vital for its long-term growth and securing corporate sponsorship. It was a step towards aligning the league with the business and corporate world, signaling that the NBA was about more than just sports. It was a brand and an enterprise. Over the years, the policy has evolved and the dress code has become more relaxed. Ironically, players have become fashion trendsetters, using their pregame entrance as a runway to showcase the latest combinations from their stylists. Nevertheless, the introduction of the dress code policy on October 17, 2005 remains a pivotal moment in the league's history, reflecting the NBA's journey towards becoming a global brand and a dominant force in sports and popular culture. Anyway, that's a little something for the NBA history nerds. Now let's get back to High and Low. And we're back. I have 2 more ideas to pitch. Hey, gentlemen, you guys were jumping in there with some really good ideas. But let me just pitch this one. This one's a TV series. It's a thriller mystery. Working title is King of Portland. This series starts in the idyllic Pacific Northwest. Man lives a picturesque life with his wife and 3 kids. He's well-liked in town. All seems perfect. One morning, he wakes up in a strange home next to a woman he's never seen before. Man is in a state of shock and confusion. The woman attempts to calm him down, telling him they've been married for years, living in this house he's never been in before, and they have these kids that he's never seen before, and he doesn't recognize. And this series chronicles the man's journey to find answers and the life that he's lost. Stars Damian Lillard, Keke Palmer, and it's written and directed by Jordan Peele.
I'm a Greenlight.
Greenlight. I like Jordan Peele.
There you go.
Green.
I'm a Greenlighted, but I want to add one character.
Go ahead, man.
Muggsy Bogues.
Muggsy Bogues and Master P.
Oh,
Master
right.
P. Okay.
NBA player.
He's got time on his hands. He'll do it. What's Master P doing these days?
He's getting.
Did you ever see him play?
I did.
In Toronto.
No, but did you see him play?
Yeah, in Toronto with a Toronto jersey.
I know he was with Toronto. Yeah. But I never seen that game.
I watched it.
He played on the exhibition squad.
He was slow, man. He wasn't NBA fast.
It was hard to watch.
Yes. He was not NBA fast.
All right, you guys, what's next?
Well, this one is a movie. This one is a horror thriller. I'm going to apologize in advance for this one. Children of the Slaughter is what it's called, working title. This film is set in a rural, Gothic French town where townspeople have lived with the mythology of bloodthirsty creatures that roam the land searching for young women to devour. The last instance is rumored to have happened 200 years before the events of this film, but a frenzy begins when the remains of a young woman are found on a roadside. A mysterious young man is found unconscious in the woods not too far. He awakes seemingly traumatized by the horrific event, claiming that he witnessed the attack. The townsfolk immediately think of the stories of the mythological creatures. More sightings of these tall, gangly creatures are reported, and more young women begin to go missing in and around the town with their gruesome remains found later. The townspeople must find out what these creatures are, why they've returned, and how they can be stopped and banished from their town. Some people believe that the young mysterious man is a key to this. This film is starring Kevin Porter Jr.
Whoa. What did you just say to me?
Miles Bridges.
And it keeps getting worse.
Zendaya. And it's directed by Robert Eggers, the guy who brought us The Witch.
Kevin Porter Jr.?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay.
You see the connection, right? The storyline, the NBA storyline, and these guys they beat up women.
What?
These basketball players beat up women.
Oh my gosh.
And in this film,
I just caught it. It took a while.
Okay. So they're monsters.
I feel like you should add some WNBA players into this acting.
Nah, you can't be beating up WNBA players.
Yo,
can they fight back? They can fight back though.
Who are the top 10 NBA criminals? Derek Coleman shot someone with a shotgun.
You can talk about it, but just green or red, man. Let's just, and then we can move on to the next.
I think
I like the vampire vibe. I like the vampire vibe, so I'm going green.
I'm a green. I'm a green. I'm a green. The entire
Vampires can do
time,
whatever they want without being
okay. Green and
bad.
green.
Yeah. The entire time.
I'm green. I'm green.
You make domestic abuse look like it's okay because you're making vampires.
Oh man.
we gotta have a
I
WNBA.
I didn't
player.
say anything about domestic violence. Okay, I did not say.
No, but it's a WNBA player beating Muggsy Bogues, yo.
Derek Coleman, Gilbert Arenas.
What are you talking about?
Why are you saying Derek Coleman?
Top 10 criminals in the NBA.
Was Derek Coleman a criminal? Was he convicted of anything?
Sorry, it wasn't Derek Coleman. Who's the guy that shot his trainer on the boat with a shotgun?
Jason Williams.
Sorry. I don't know why I said Derek Coleman. Sorry. Jason Williams, Gilbert Arenas. Somewhere in between there's
Gilbert's not a criminal.
He brought a gun to the locker room.
That's not criminal behavior. He was allowed. It's allowed in that state.
I'm not debating that.
Now, The guy who pulled a gun on is a criminal.
Javaris Crittenton.
Yeah. He is legitimately a criminal. He is a convicted
we shouldn't
killer.
even laugh, unfortunately.
No, but there's a degree. Like, there's got to be a degree between those two people. There's got to be some names in the middle.
Okay. Okay, while you guys work on that, let me just close this one out, okay? So that's all we have. Got greens across the board on that last one. Hey, listeners, let us know what you think of these ideas. If you see movies or TV series that look like anything that I pitched today, anything that we've pitched today, just let us know so that we can get our producer credits. Hollywood loves to take ideas from podcasts. You know that.
Why the fuck I can't shoot 3-point shots?
That brings us to the end of this episode of the High and Low Basketball Show. Hope you enjoyed this one. Thank you, Steven. Thank you, Kevin Christopher. Thank you, King from Parts Unknown. Remember to subscribe to High and Low anywhere you find podcasts. Make us a part of your weekly routine. We're on Instagram, TikTok, X, formerly known as Twitter. We're also on YouTube. Links to those are all in the show notes. Where can listeners find you, King from Parts Unknown?
I am still on TikTok, ahead of the crowd, under Media Kingdoms.
Posting anything interesting these days?
Well, the season starts up. I will be in there trying to find the too short, you're too small, all the jokes. I'll be putting that stuff
Okay.
up.
Mouse in the house?
Yeah. Whatever's new for this
Nice.
year. Or you're wearing a backpack, an expensive backpack, whatever that's about.
Oof. Okay. Steven, the guest, Steven Leslie. Where can they find you?
Couldn't think of anything clever. Damn. On Instagram at Esteban_Roy, ESTEBAN_ROY.
And Kevin Christopher, where can they find you?
Yeah, man, you can follow me on Instagram at OG Kevin Chris, and you can check out my movie on Tubi. It's called The Man from Philadelphia. It's got horrible audio, horrible lighting, but it's still an adventure to watch it because Kevin Hart thought that he could come to Toronto and make The Man from Toronto when I'm the comedian named Kevin from Toronto. So that's a little back and forth between me and someone who doesn't know that he's being beefed with. Anyway, thank you guys for having me on the show. And yeah, man, follow me. Check me out.
All right. Anything you want to plug? Any shows coming up?
I will be in Niagara Falls December 1st and 2nd. I'll be in Niagara Falls. Check me out, 2023.
All right. So any of you high and low lives, if you're in the Niagara Falls area, go check out Kevin Christopher.
At Yuck Yucks.
And Yuck Yucks? At
Yuck Yucks in Niagara Falls. Not just hanging out in Niagara Falls, walking around and stuff.
Yeah, obviously you can't just walk around and just.
Well, I didn't say what club. I didn't say where I was gonna be in Niagara Falls. I just said I'm gonna be in Niagara Falls. It could be at Sundowners.
That's true, actually. Yeah. So Yuck Yucks in Niagara Falls. If you happen to be in Niagara Falls on those dates, go to.
I'm gonna
Yuck
go to
Yucks.
Sundowners after, but
hey, once again, Music is by Live, the Enjoy Music Group. That's the music you're listening to right now. You can find Live on X and on Instagram. Got to get used to saying that. He's on those channels at LYVE. Additional music is by Sonny Rockwell of The Goodness. You can't find that guy anywhere. Sound design by Vonn+Abrahamm. This is a Vonn+Abrahamm podcast, just in case you didn't know. So on behalf of Kevin Christopher, on behalf of Steven Leslie and King from Parts Unknown, I'm Ike Amaechi. Thank you for listening to High and Low. We'll talk to you next week.